G'day, welcome to Cybersecurity Tip number 14. We're talking about DR and backup concepts. These are some key things which you need to know as a business owner when you're talking to IT owners or IT business owners like myself, and we're trying to sell you a solution. Right? So the first one is RTO, Recovery Time Objective. Okay, so you want to know, or we need to know, how soon after your server going down or your system crashing or losing data, can we get it back up and running again, right? So if you don't have an idea in your head about, as a business owner, when it becomes painful or how much money you are losing per hour, for example, if you got 15 staff on $25 per hour, you're looking at $375 per hour of lost wages. If you're making 50% margin on their efforts, you know, so it adds up. And then how many days to get extra hardware and restore the server back onto it and get you back up and running. We're talking multiple thousands in one incident. So essentially, when you're talking about DR systems, you want to know how soon you can get that down. All right, the next point is recovery point objective. All right, so you've got your data on your server or your system, and you're sending that to a backup. You know, it might be on a once a day basis, an hourly basis, every quarter of an hour, you know, once a week. All right. Now, if you've got a database or something like that, and you're highly transactional, doing lots of things going on, you don't want to be rekeying a lot of transactions back into that database, right? So you want a really short recovery point objective, you know. Or if you're just editing the odd document, then you could probably handle having 1 day going back in time. All right. So the recovery point is, at what point does it become painful for you to go back in time to recover, right? So you need to have that in mind and go, right, well, in our business, if we lose our database, we're stuffed. We need to have it back up in time quickly, and we can only really afford to go back maybe 1 hour, all right, before doing all those manual processing things to enter the data back into it is kind of drive people nuts. All right, right. This leads on to retention. Okay, so for some people, days is fine, weeks, months. As a minimum, I'd say give yourself at least 2 months of retention. That means how far back in time can I go to pull back some data? All right, there's some malware out there that will wait for 30 days, which is a common length of time of retention that backup systems hold before implementing. All right, so it'll encrypt all of your files going back into 30 days before implementing, in which case your IT company comes in, goes to do a restore and finds that actually every copy of the backup is munted. All right, no good. So have a think about that. And for some people, years, right? From you're an accountant or lawyer, you need to be able to go back 7 years. All right, so in a way, you need to consider what that depth of recovery can be. The last one is the 3-2-1 rule. You'll hear a lot of IT people talk about this. It's very simple. You need to have 3 copies of any critical data that you might have on your server in 2 different formats. Yeah. So take the file from your server, you put it on a backup NAS, but you put it in a different file format. That way it's less likely to be corrupted by whatever incident happens to attack the server, i.e. malware, right? And you want to make sure that it's inaccessible. And one of the ways of making sure that it's inaccessible to the hackers is use a cloud storage. Essentially, it's stored way off site. It protects you in case the whole site disappears. You're good to go. You've got many means and methods. So 3-2-1, 3 copies of any critical data in 2 different formats and 1 copy off site. Cool. That's all from me from today. Catch you later.